The word Christmas has many different meanings to many different people. For instance, for Christians, Christmas is celebrated as the birth of Jesus Christ, but for pagans and others celebrating Yule, it is the rebirth of the sun and the winter solstice. Christmas is the most widely celebrated holiday, besides New Year's. The things that we'll be talking about today are the origins of Christmas of many of our favorite Christmas traditions, like the Christmas tree and mistletoe, and the unique Christmas traditions and celebrations around the world in places like Europe, Asia, and Africa. We'll also be discussing the cultural significance of Christmas to many different religions and people around the world. So without further ado, let's begin. The first tradition we will be examining is the beloved Christmas tree. According to Newsweek, the origins of the Christmas tree can be traced back to pagan traditions as early as the 4th century CE. European pagans would dress their homes with branches of evergreen fir trees to bring color and light into their dull winters. Britannica tells us, however, the Christmas tree can be traced to Saint Boniface, an 8th century English missionary to the pagan tribes in the land that became Germany. The Christmas tree is now a symbol in many Christian households, as the lights wrap around the tree and symbolize the light of the world, a symbol of Jesus Christ. The star on top of the tree also represents the Star of Bethlehem, which led the wise men to the place of Jesus' birth. Next is the Yule log. The Christmas tradition isn't as popular nowadays as it was before. The Yule log is a Christmas tradition of burning a specially selected log on a hearth, according to Merriam-Webster. The Yule log can also refer to the chocolate cake shaped and decorated to look like a log. The origin of this custom is unclear, but it seems to have pagan roots. Our last Christmas tradition is mistletoe. Grunge.com states, mistletoe has long been used for its medicinal properties. Druids believed mistletoe cures a lot of things, and it's mentioned in the Greek epic, the Aeneid, written around 20 BC, as something the hero brings with him to the underworld. The Druids also thought of mistletoe as a kind of aphrodisiac, since its seeds are sticky. Apparently, they told couples to hang it on their door. The more romantic aspects of mistletoe, though, were more closely associated with Norse mythology. One big thing that has been rather confusing for many around the world is why is Christmas on December 25th, especially since the birth of Jesus Christ was most likely in the summer or spring. Christmas is celebrated on December 25th because it is the date chosen by the early Christian leaders to coincide with a pagan festival called Saturnalia, which was celebrated in Rome around the same time. The festival was a time of feasting, gift-giving, and revelry, and it was a way for early Christians to make their religion more appealing to the pagan population. It is worth noting that the date of December 25th was not universally accepted as the date of Jesus' birth until the 4th century. Prior to that, there were several different dates suggested by various Christian groups. We established earlier that many people had different traditions for Christmas around the world. Let's talk about them. In Italy, we have lots of traditions like visiting the Vatican for a midnight mass with the Pope, or watching it on TV, or how they get gifts from La Befana, a good witch who flies on a broomstick on the night of January 5th, kind of like an Italian Santa. Another Italian tradition is visiting the Campagnari, bagpipe players who perform on the streets and piazzas. Germany also has exciting traditions like Krampusnacht, a darker tradition. December 5th marks the beginning of Krampusnacht, when the ominous counterpart of St. Nicholas is unleashed, Krampus. Krampus, according to legend, roams the streets, punishing misbehaving children who end up on the list of naughties. Quite the blend of pagan and Christmas elements. Asia has lots of cool traditions. In China, they celebrate the Holy Birth Festival, the Tree of Light, and red pagodas. They also have a Santa Claus, very similar to ours here in the U.S., called Shen Dan Leo Ren, Old Christmas Man, or Lan Kung Kung, Nice Old Father. Africa's traditions are in some aspects similar to the traditions we have in America. In many African countries, the people like to go caroling and attend church services. These services are one of the most important parts of the African tradition. They also do special feasts, masquerade parties, Christmas street parties, and ride camels pretending to be Santa Claus, for their Santa doesn't ride in a sled. Let's just say that Christmas has changed a lot over the years. Nowadays, Christmas is all about the lights and decorations and the presents. But if we go back to the beginning of Christmas, it was all about the birth of Jesus Christ. We get lots of traditions from the Nativity story and Christianity in general, like the light we wrap around our Christmas trees, which symbolizes the light that came into the world, or the colors that are associated with Christmas: red, green, gold, purple, and white. Red symbolizes the blood shed on the cross by Christ. Green symbolizes the life and growth Jesus brought into the world. Gold represents the precious metal brought to Christ by the wise men. Gold is also used to convey wealth and prosperity. Purple is the color of royalty, so it makes sense that it would be one of the main colors representing the birth of the King of Kings. Purple is also the primary color in Advent. White symbolizes the purity and triumph of good over evil that Christ came to bring. The spread of Christianity definitely caused Christmas to be more widely celebrated around the world, since it is a Christian holiday. There are also lots of secular celebrations that have gained popularity over the years, like gift giving, certain decorations like holly and mistletoe, and festive meals. Christmas has also become very commercialized as well, making it all about consumerism and money. There are so many Christmas traditions out there. Some have pagan origins like Christmas tree or Yule log. Some have religious origins like the primary colors of Christmas or the star on top of our trees. And some traditions have secular origins like gift giving, mistletoe, and stockings hanging over the fireplace. However you and your family are celebrating Christmas this year, we here at the Cheese Press and the Scholarly Cheese Guild wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.